Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis update of commodities, working our way through the dollar, yields, precious metals, commodities, ETFs that I follow. I'll interject my financial opinions as we go through it. And if you need help with anything, check out finding-value.com. That's where I dive deeper into each of these sectors, into individual companies. I did just buy and purchase some more equities. You can see that on the website on my purchase update that I put on the website there. We still have a coupon code going on, Mayday, Mayday, one word, for the coupon code if you're interested. And let's dive in here and take a look and see what's going on today. So looking at the DXY, it still looks good to go higher, guys. It looks strong. We've got the characteristics that I look for, the big green candlesticks all through here, the small selling pressure, and then the break of the falling wedge, which still exhibits that strength to the upside. So stronger DXY, more than likely going to result with higher yields, is my guess. And I think crude oil could be a driver of that. Could be, though. And we'll see what crude oil looks like and if we're going to get a break in crude oil. So yields are moving on up today. We are still in this consolidation. We have not broken out of that yet. But today, in the short term, we had a slightly higher day today. Nothing really to write home about, but slightly higher in the 2-year, a little bit higher on the 10-year, and we're still in these patterns squeezing up. And then the 30-year also up slightly, about a percent. So we're up a little bit, still squeezing in the corner of the larger pattern here. TYX TNX ratio is still still down and inverted. So when we're looking at the 30-year versus the 10-year, we are inverted compared to history, and we are down there quite a bit, staying inverted. Gold, silver, they don't care. It is inverted. That's generally the time to buy it. And then when it uninverts, that entire time of the anticipation of that uninversion, people may roll into gold and silver. TLT, which is bond prices, down a little bit, back to resistance support. That's that horizontal line right there. And I do expect this. If yields were to go up, this is going to continue lower. If yields go down, then we are going to go on up. Which direction are we going to go? Well, I can just throw this in here. Maybe there's a little bit longer pattern here, but we haven't broken that downtrend line there yet. So we still have that guy going across. We also have this guy going up here, which is kind of squeezing into the corner here. We have not broken out of really anything yet for the bond market. We've been in a downtrend, and we haven't broken up or down out of this consolidation that we're in. A lot of the times it breaks lower if you entered from the top side down, but again, we'll have to wait and see which direction this breaks to get better clarity. But we are flirting with the upside of a breakout on it currently, which means yields would go down and bond prices would go up. We'll see if we get a move from this level. And then the 2 and 10, a little bit of an uninversion of the yield curve. But again, guys, we're at very elevated states, and we haven't started to really uninvert meaningfully yet. So gold's up about $25 an ounce, 1%. When we squeeze into the short term here, it looks like we're breaking out to the upside. It looks pretty good. Now, how sustaining is this move? We do have some selling pressure candlesticks all throughout here. We'll have to wait and see what kind of follow through we get over the next week or two to see how sustaining this is. But right now, it looks bullish to me, like we've got more upside to go. Silver also just ripping it, breaking out of its consolidation pattern to the upside. Is this the beginning of a next up leg? Could be. It could be. I am positioned for that next up leg. And if you want to see what I purchased in silver equities, you can see that on the website. I did update that. and I am upping the risk a little bit. Bigger picture view, this is broken to the upside, and I suspect this is going to go up, up, and away for a very long time, probably over the next year or more. We'll probably be in a big upside move in silver and gold. Platinum also up about 1%. We are still trying to break through that downtrend line. And we're going to start working on it here, hopefully, soon to try to get through that downtrend line. And then palladium also bouncing off support. There we are with a 3% up day right on support. And this could be bottoming. We could be bottoming here and working our way sideways, trying to put in a big base. XE to gold ratio is up 1.3%. Looks really good on the longer term level. There's that big trend line that we broke to the upside here. And this is our return or retest move that we've, I think, completed here. Probably completed right there. And now I'm looking for upside potential out of this ratio where gold and silver mining companies will hopefully outperform gold itself. And this is from an absolute really low ratio. This is where lives can be changed. It really can be. So find some stocks, look for them, get positioned, play the big long-term bull market, ride this thing up to hopefully valuations that get back to highs that are up here. If that's the case, we will all be happy to own gold and silver mining companies. GDX up 2.5%. We have broken out of this flag pattern to the upside, and we are starting to move to the upside. We've got this kind of, I don't know, perhaps flag pattern or something going on here. There it is. And this would really be like that. So it looks like we're breaking to the upside. I'd be pretty bullish here if it were me. We've got support underneath us. We are on top of that flag pattern. Looks pretty good. GDXJ also up 2.5%. It's got a big bullish engulfing on the weekly candlestick. Looks pretty good, guys. Looks pretty good. I like it. I like it a lot. SILJ also looking pretty good across the board. I don't know why this. I think my clicker's going bad or something. But this also looks good. We've broken to the upside. Just let it run. Let it run, Forrest, run. And hopefully we can break out of this resistance line going across here and break that guy to the upside and have a really big run if we do get up there. Crude oil also ending up 0.87%. I was playing with the trend line today. Is the trend line coming through here, hitting this top and this bottom? It could be. Or do we draw it across like this? Tough to say, guys. I could draw it there. This looks like a pretty clean line going through, using it as a back test and then ripping. Either way, I don't think it really matters. We want to break this 87-ish level up there, 87, 88, get above it, and then stay above it and go basically into a new uptrend. But I don't think it's going to be all that easy. I think buying's going to come out and start throwing SPR barrels everywhere if we get anywhere close to that 87 level. So get ready for some resistance when we get up there. TTF gas down a little bit. Again, I'm looking at this from an upside move. Momentum's to the upside. Yeah, sure, we did have a down day today, but I wouldn't be losing any sleep over it. Natural gas down 6%. We're right back to that support level. We're still above the support level, so everything looks good. But we did get a little bit more of accelerated selling pressure today in nat gas in America. Our boy XOP, yeah, you know me. We're up today, 1.13%. We are at that neckline. There's the neckline there. We're probably going to pull up the butt of this candlestick or the closing price of the candlestick and probably rest on top of that support. That would be pretty bullish if we can do that, pull that off. So it's looking good. Yeah, we were up today. I'd like to see more buying pressure pull us on up, but it's probably waiting for confirmation from oil to get its butt moving. OIH also up 1.27%. It's up, but we also have these big red candlesticks all sprinkled through here. Are we going to get selling pressure where people get worried potentially about maybe a recession or slowdown in the market? Maybe it will hit energy service and the exploration production companies and oil itself. Or maybe oil is going to pull us through and pull us up to the upside. Tough to say in the short term. If I were to make a guess, I'm rooting for the upside pull, and that's because we're in the middle of summer and we don't have the late stage. I don't think we're as far as we think most people think that we're at. I think we have to go a year or two before we get a potential like an acceleration of a slowdown or a recession. Usually your housing starts drop, which they have. They are coming back down, but it usually takes a little bit of time. And before that drop, we usually see oil like to rip it, and then it throws us into a recession when oil's way up at some high level. Scrap Physical Uranium Trust down 1.5%. It's just a small little pullback, still looking all right. It's been getting a lot of chop here. It's not a clean looking chart, to be honest, guys. I mean, this has just been kind of meandering back and forth. Probably asking where the heck I should go. But it looks okay. It looks all right, and it still looks good to try to go higher. URA down slightly. We can put a support line probably through this guy here. There's a support line there, and we haven't broken that support line yet. Uranium also working its way on up and staying above that support level. It's down 0.3% today, but still looks good to try to work its way on up. And URNJ also at support, and it's trying to work its way on up, and we'll see if we can get some movement to the upside this week. Let's go to TAN. TAN down 3%. I know we had stronger yields today, stronger dollar too, which a little bit of headwind for some of these down here, like base metals and stuff like that, although copper did look pretty strong today. But down for TAN, we've got copper up 1.5%. Is this a turn? Tough to say. Looks like it's trying to turn here, but we do have some downside momentum still. We'll see if we can get it. There is resistance up here. We're trying to basically break these all-time kind of highs coming through here. So we're getting some resistance through there. And we'll break through it. Might just take some time. We've got COPX up about 3%. The chart looks pretty good. Looks like we've broken through the downtrend here for COPX. So hopefully we can get some momentum. We might get a retest out of this thing before heading higher, but it looks good. We've got lithium down. Again, these are all the inflation, interest rate sensitive assets that don't like interest rates going up. REMX also further down. That looks pretty bad, to be honest. That could pull back even further. We've got S&P 500, doesn't like those rates. Getting a little bit of a bearish candlestick. We'll see if there's any follow through with it. Looks like NASDAQ also got a bearish engulfing. See if there's any downside follow through with that candle. Looks pretty bearish. We've got Russell 2000 also selling off a little bit. Still just hanging in there. Not a clear direction really, but we're up against this resistance line. I would guess it would like to pull back, but that's my guess there, and it's not a clear direction or path given here because we do have a bullish engulfing there, which negates my opinion a little bit. But if the S&P and NASDAQ and rates keep going up, I think it's going to drift lower. KRE hanging in there, still looks good to try to work its way on up, but for the most part, just been moving sideways. Emerging markets doesn't like higher yields in dollars, so it's going to go down or sideways when these days come. But overall, it still looks really good to try to work its way on up on the longer, bigger picture view. We've got XHB down, doesn't like the stronger yields. It seems like it's very interest rate sensitive at the moment for affordability. I know that we had housing starts down a little bit as well from some of that data. So we were down today about 1.4% and still flagging out. You can also put a bottom on this and have a 1, 2, 3 hump consolidation potentially where we retest 101 here. I think Moo looks fantastic down here. Good entry point, my opinion. And there are some things that I would be purchasing in this general sector. It's on the website, guys, if you want to see what I did. Iron ore, just moving sideways, looks good, looking like it's trying to do a double bottom. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed there yet. We've got nickel up a little bit, 0.5% right on support, and we'll see if that support holds of this accumulation cylinder, perhaps. Maybe it is. We've got aluminum up 1.3%, looking a little bit stronger than previous trading sessions, but momentum still to the downside in the short term. Baltic Dry Index down 1%, but we are still above all that support, and I think that support will hold and eventually work its way on up. We've got Newcastle Coal down 1%. We've broken the downtrend line. I remain bullish until we come back below that. So higher, higher, higher is what I am thinking. And there are some stocks out there that I think look pretty good in coal. BTC, Bitcoin, right on support. And we're holding on that support at the moment of that big flag pattern. We've got Ethereum down a little bit, but this still looks bullish, guys. Whenever you come up with this big breakout, sometimes you get a long consolidation, and eventually it'll drift its way on up. I don't see strong selling pressure yet exhibited. Then we got SMCI, kind of a bearish candle today. I'm surprised it ended down 0.26%. It was up quite a bit earlier, but we had a pretty strong reversal. There's the big up move, and then the selling pressure coming down. So the momentum is to the downside for SMCI in the short term, and we'll see if there's any follow through on that selling pressure there. And then Nvidia, that was up earlier. I don't know if it got some pretty strong selling pressure there, guys. That's a bearish engulfing. Could be a reversal candlestick lower for SMCI and Nvidia. I wasn't watching that towards the end of the day, but that doesn't look as strong as what one would want for Nvidia. And this thing is a major monster market cap. I'm surprised it's still up here. But yeah, that doesn't look as good versus what I saw this morning. So that's what I've got for today, guys. Give me a thumb up for the content. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the website. We got that May Day coupon going on. We've got a Sunday question and answer session coming up on Sunday at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Bring your questions there. You can ask whatever you want. I did make some purchases today and yesterday, so check out the website on my most recent purchases if you're interested in what I'm doing. And that's all I've got, guys. So we'll catch you next time. This is Finding Value.